I've been helping my friend set up an estate sale in Spokane, and we are going to take a look at it so that you can see the cool stuff that's here. And if you can come, well, you ought to come see me on Friday morning from 10 to 11. I will be here helping out, and I think we'll have a good time because there's some cute stuff in here. Let's go look. This is my first job. We are to find a place for all this random furniture piled in this room. Lots of chairs, lots of occasional furniture. Bedroom furniture, it's for every room in the house, so we've got to find the right spots for them. We want to sell these boxes, but they're full of papers and old checks and receipts, so we're going to give those back to the family, along with the photos, and then we will sell the boxes. There's a few broken things here and there. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. With a house that hasn't been lived in for a while, people don't know where things are, and sometimes when people move things around, they break too. This is why we've got to get the inside together, because there's all this random stuff in the garage. We're not really sure what some of it is. We don't think too much of it is significant, but we've got to have places for it to go. And some of it looks kind of cute. This little weird side room is going to be something because it's got a cedar chest that actually should be more featured. This sofa, which really should be out where people would be sitting, not in a crammed little room where it's going to look too big for the space. There's a really nice little dresser set. And there's a drop leaf table and some chairs. So I definitely have to think about what I'm going to do here. My friend is turning this into the glass and china room. And there's some pretty pieces, some fun pieces, a lot of 1930s stuff. Delft, we're finding more things in boxes. It's probably RS Prussia in the middle there. Always leave one bathroom off limits so that your staff and you have a place to go, because you don't have time to wait. And it's also a great place to put things you're going to use at the sale that aren't for sale out of your way, like the music box, or records and papers that go back to the family. It's the Valley of the Dolls.
There's a lot.
There are a lot. There's some cute ones though. They're not all newer, which is nice.
A few moments later.
We have height and variation. We have pieces of furniture near each other that go together, like end tables that go with dressers. Some cute boudoir stuff, some old books, some dollhouse furniture, a little bit of sewing stuff, and a little bit of fun, cute, interesting local ephemera. And a console stereo that works with some decent records. And more peeking around the corner. This is a cute house. She really liked to collect. She had some very nice collections. She lived to a ripe old age, and you can tell that she had a lot of things that were very popular to collect at one time that are starting to be popular to collect again, like teapots, including this really cool modernist one for $15 and some very sweet hand-painted ones. There's lots of stuff for decorating outside on patios and such. This is a very nice prim house, so everything is in good condition and very clean. And this is a really pretty high Z pattern that I haven't seen in a really long time. I always like that triangle with the floral in the middle of it. This etch was done in the 1930s, and they have some other pieces in the kitchen. There's really enough to make a full set. Delft blueware, the old organ. This reminds me a lot of people my grandparents knew in a certain time. But there's some really beautiful things too, like this French chair with the needlepoint is quite lovely. We've had these at estate sales before, and they usually can sell in the $100, $125 range wholesale, because in an antique store you might see as much as $350 on that piece. There's some nice little occasional tables, a print with canted corners. Canting is when they bevel the corners in, as you see there, and that's a nice piece. I like this old horse original, as you see, and it probably dates to about 1930 or 40 based on that frame. This is actually an artist piece here with the signature. And then I like this little TV table. There's a couple of little TV trays that are cute. There's a metal one with flowers on it, and there's this one here. I would buy that if I came to this sale. Another thing I think I would fall in love with after looking at this is some of these Nippon pieces. These are pre-Nippon in a way, because a lot of this stuff dates all the way back to the late Meiji period. And you can see this was considered pretty good stuff back when a lot of people were collecting this, but I've never seen so much of this in one collection. This is the predecessor of Geisha Girl in 1930s shapes. You can see the similarity in some of these, and this would have been made into probably about the 1920s. Various figures, decoys, precious moments, some Lefton. There is a little bit of costume jewelry here. There's also a little bit of local interest. The Spokane Falls plate is from the old Palace department store that was here in the 19-teens and 20s. There are a lot of cup and saucer sets, and a lot of decent ones. Some pretty good Royal Albert, a few Paragon, Thomas Kincaid prints, which, yes, it's been long enough now. They are starting to be collectible. A lot of the better cups and saucers are here out of this collection. Nesting dolls. There is a little bit of furniture, some old. And then there's pottery. I'm very happy to see some Happy Spring ceramics in here. 1930s to 60s American, along with the silhouettes. I like the McCoy piece, of course. This piece here in the corner, this is Pacific of Los Angeles, not to be confused with Pacific Stoneware from Portland. There's the Made in USA mark. A nice Roseville pine cone, that's one of the most popular patterns still, and a good fairy lamp, a Westmoreland with the daisies at a price I would pay if I came. I like the brass dog bookends too. There's a lot of stuff I would buy here, honestly. I could see spending some money. Here's more of that high Z pattern, and there's some nice big pieces as well, and an interesting relish dish. Some funky, cool 70s resinware and these very brightly colored trays. And then you pull back, there's a whole bunch of Norwegian painted wood. Apparently the family was from Norway originally. Here's some of our kitchen related items that came through. So lots of decent, fun, collectible stuff. A lot of the types of things I sold actually this weekend at the big show here in Spokane last weekend, the Custer's Antique Show. $20 for the silver overlay cake plate is a price I would pay. It's got a nice keyhole too. I think that's a Cambridge piece. 1930s waffle iron is cute. And the coffee maker is immersible. I'm not sure why you would dunk the whole thing in water, but why not? This cabinet is for sale. There is some pink depression glass. We saw that sell at the Custer's show. I do believe this color is coming into fashion. I have a younger viewer who said that she thinks it's because of the Barbie movie, and I think she might be right. One of the fun things about being involved with all of you folks who are interested in this is that I get to hear the way that things you see in your life are affecting your collecting tastes, and that really helps me to understand things better too. To that end, if you would be interested in more content from this channel, please do subscribe. There is a metal 1930s vintage, I would say, from that basket weave in that color. Big old picnic basket. I think that's neat. I would probably pick that up. The Mayfair bowl is nice. These are fun. These are from Nogales. These are 1970s and 80s Joffrey's gift shop in Nogales, Mexico. We see this in the Spokane area from time to time in the form of bread boxes and other kitchenware. They're actually meant to hang up as a diamond shape, and I like the colors. They're very late 70s, early 80s to me. $2.40 originally. Cute old reamer. There's several old reamers around here, and a neat old Twin City bottle. We know that this has age. Twin City means Pasco and Kennewick. Richland was just barely forming as a city, and it was just about to be the atomic city where all these people suddenly moved there to work on the Hanford nuclear project during the Second World War. It had always been Twin City, and suddenly a third town had developed. These little elves, of course, are Homeco, and we know they're very popular these days, along with some of these copper pieces. This is a good pattern here related to a Ben Seibel pattern. This is cute. It's the toaster cozy from the 70s. Oh, yeah. Right on. With the original GE toaster in it. It looks like it's not been used much. And a cute set of 70s era Corels. So there's some neat things. A little bit of autumn leaf. Definitely some kitchenware I see of value. And I really like the deco styling of this aluminum tray. I don't look at all aluminum, but that would catch my eye if I came into this place. And then this is Coalport. That's a good name. Unfortunately, I have to turn it off because I can't play what they were playing or else we will get demonetized, but this sounds great. It is the Magnavox solid state stereo high fidelity, and it has its original paperwork and the advertisement for the sale, so you could get a big, massive, horrible television, awful and difficult to move to go with it. I just love that it's all there, and it does play well. These are US mail patches, various ones, skier carts from the 50s. Again, a lot of cute stuff. This is a hide-a-bed. If you like that late 70s, early 80s Tweety style, it's in excellent condition. Good old sewing machine. There's another one in the garage that's good too, the dressmaker. And then we have sewing implements and the telescopic basket, solid rock maple furniture. It's all in really, really good condition. You know, piles of purses, usual household stuff, and then a little bit of fun stuff too. There's a working music box powder puff, a little bit more paper ephemera. That's very sweet, the birthday album. Hey, my year. If you're having fun, click the thumbs up button to like this video. And please do subscribe to the Shorts channel if you haven't already, because we are going to be doing a lot of our announcements of events like this on this channel. And in every house of a certain era, you're going to see certain things that are familiar. Some stuff in the original boxes that have never been used, practical things. It is an estate sale after all. She was in nursing, and a macromatic is something you don't see that could be of interest to somebody as a 40-some-year-old electromechanical oddity now. And then we have this, the Royal typewriter in a nice mocha brown, and a cool Argus projector with a good style, and the classic cash register. I had the red one when I was a kid. There's a bunch of things for making shelves, luggage, more shelves. I like this. This is a nice looking 1960s era desk lamp, and it's only $15. And a very old saw. Okay, we'll pass by the usual household goods and more boxed items. Look at a few vintage children's clothes that are cute. But there is some Christmas that's more collectible right across the hall in the doll room. The doll room has some things like Raggedy Ann's and a nice composition doll here. This is a nice older piece. There are some other older dolls as well. It's not all new stuff. And there are a bunch of Annalees. A whole bunch of Annalees. Those are very cute. What? A bunch of Madame Alexander dolls. A little bit of metal doll furniture in this very cute 1930s carriage. I have to say that's adorable. And that's a size I could actually see having because it wouldn't take up a ton of room. The actual baby carriages from that time, whew, those things are beautiful, but they take up so much room. Diana, Princess of Wales, that's a Franklin Mint. That's actually a pretty collectible doll there. There are some Nancy Ann storybook dolls scattered in amongst the dolls of the world. And a couple of Christmas things that seem to have snuck over here that we're going to put elsewhere. There are some vintage clothes as well. And some more clothes, some linens, a nice Lane cedar chest. That's a pretty good one. You can't really see it too well under all the linens, but those will sell. You see the louvered front there. And some Afghans. I like some of the colors in those. I especially like the middle one. This is a metal bed. Little piece of crazy quilt, looks like some embroidery. Aw, look at the kitty cat. Here we go. Various embroideries, the days of the week, that's really cute. I like the old furniture in this room too. This is a circa 1900 American oak table with the tiger rays. A lot of turnings on this from about 1920. Well, I'm glad I got to show you this pretty sale. If you are in the Spokane area, this is in Latah Valley, and it is going to be Friday and Saturday this weekend from 10 to 5 on Friday and 10 to 2 on Saturday. And if you want to catch me here, be here first thing on Friday between 10 and 11, and we will have a lot of fun together.